Alrighty, gents. So, seeing as a couple of you guys are confused on what I want and what I'm looking for and what's useful, I said that I'd go ahead and make a quick video for this. So, we're going to go ahead and be searching for Fenrir. Now, off screen you don't see it, but I have a little notepad, and I'm just going to copy paste any links in there. So, to begin with, we're going to go Fenrir Smite Guide. Just kind of look what we got. Smite Fire pretty much always comes up first. So look in here. There's 4 in Season 4. Gonna look into these. And the first one, plenty of builds over here. Now with the guides, if you can find it in-game, fuck it, it's useless. So this guy has a lot of build test data, which is interesting. It's like, as you can see, I'm not particularly reading a lot. I'm just looking at it. So I'm looking at general tips, and then I'll actually read these. Alright, so there's several good tips in here. Just reading them, they make sense. It's like, yes, would you do it's just ask yourself, yes, would you do that in a game, or no, would you not do that in a game? I like this guide. It's going into my notepad. Close that. Let's see. So this one's just everything you can find in Smite. Basically, yeah, it's got a build order. It's got a skill order, and it's got a build. Whoop. Nope. Useless. Let's see. And again, this is just kind of useless. It's just telling you how to use your skills, and most, not very detailed. Okay, so this guy has 2 different builds plus a starter. Again, he has the skill order. Now this is all just stuff you can see in game, so all that stuff up top, useless. Tells you a few interesting counters, which is good. Nah, that's not what I wanted. And he's only got 2 combos, and I guess they're okay. Don't know what that video is. Looks okay. We'll go ahead and add this too. I'm not very picky, if you can't tell. Alright, so that's Smite Fire. Okay, so we will go into Smite Guru. You never know, there might be something in there worthwhile. Let's see. Fenrir build, Conquest. Nothing. 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 Yeah, those are just builds. Not worth it. Alrighty. Smite. Now we'll go to... Now we'll check out the Smite forums. See if there's anything in there. Nerf. There's a Reddit. Already been to Smite. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Smite Fire now, because I've already seen everything on Smite Fire. And you could just do that by doing the subtract key, the subtract with the term you want, and that just gets rid of all results. And even if these aren't the best sources for the guide, they can still help us in the future when we make a guide. So it's worth just kind of getting these interesting notes in. Okay, Smite Tactics from 2017 might be good. Unleash the Beast. Don't know what that is, but I think it's an achievement, but it might not be. There's late game guides. Alrighty, so now we will go here. Fenrir Smite Guide. And we will get rid of Smite Fire again. And I'm just opening up tabs basically, and I'll just check this later. Smite Wiki Guide from 2015. Fenrir Guide by Dignitas. That might be useful. Let's see what's on Tier Monster. You never know. It's from 2013. That's probably useless, but I already opened it. And go ahead and go in here. What is the best Fenrir build? Alrighty, now go into videos, see what's in here. Alrighty. So this is from Glorious Smite on Season 3. So that might be worth looking into. I'm going to go ahead and check these out. Okay, nothing useful in here. And nothing useful in here, really. That's just all stuff that you can find in game. Highly useful. Not useful. Nothing good in here. This is from a year ago, and this is just a build, it looks like. Build, skill stuff, and yeah, it's useless. Okay, massive early game potential. So this is from Dignitas. Usually you can find good stuff in here. This is actually still a fairly good build. This full build. Obviously get rid of the archival. It's kind of like an auto attack build. That's interesting. Hand of the Gods is gone, so this is so you automatically know this is now outdated. So this is a pretty good information, even though it is slightly outdated. So I'll put this in here, and I will put a note. Slightly outdated. You'll see that inside. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to take the moment here, and I'm going to set these up. Smite Fire, Dignitas. Okay, try this again. Nope, not worth my time. this isn't in English, so not useful to me. Get out of there. And nothing's interesting in here, so go back to here. Let's see what's in here. So this
Prepare for glory!
This is from Glorious Smite. He's pretty decent usually. We'll just turn this up.
Nemesis. The ability to build work across the board for all the game modes. There's really no reason why these wouldn't work. So with that said, we'll do the ability first, because there's a few variants to the ability build, but for the most part it's kind of similar to the way we built Thor in the first build guide. So pretty simple stuff. You get two options for boots where, you know, behind, maybe you're going to defense or Titan's Bane. If they're building physical defense, you're going to Titan's Bane to boost your DPS. But if we assume they're not building physical defense and you're, you know, fairly even, a half slot with your 4 slot until they get finished, and if they're going for a 3100 gold item, it's going to take them a long time. You could potentially snowball off that, you know, try and force fights when you've got an advantage. That's why I usually leave the most expensive 10, so you can just kind of keep completing your build. So yeah, that would be what you do. Like I said, your other possibilities, of course, is to sacrifice this for this, sacrifice this for this. You get much more tankier, but you still got a decent whack of flat pen. You know, 20 flat. It's not really wanted you could go double ice though. Finish to still take advantage of your abilities early game this route, because he is mainly even maybe go into the devils, right? You've got a lot of options at this point. Or you could just rely on your 2 for the lifesteal and get crit. So your crit would be like Deathbringer, Malice. Just get both of them. Right? You can go to devils and like, so they would see something like, let's go to devil gloves. Stack it up. Like maybe you'd even see exec as well. Use your 2, 1A, the stun will wear off, then hit your 3 when they try to run, so you keep chasing. Don't waste that stun time by using your 3. Your 3's going to chase them anyway, unless they've got a way to cancel your 3, like say with a hard stun or a silence or something. Don't immediately 3. You're looking to use your 1A, 2A, 3. As for your leveling, you're going to stack the 1 and the 3. Again, if they've got a way to cancel your 3, max the 1 first. If they don't have a way to cancel the 3, you can start stacking point snap at a point in your ult, and then you just want to stack both these. Stack them all up to max, and then stack your 2, and then finish on the ult. You're mainly using the ult to pull people out of position, CC immunity, and sort of as a chase finishing tool. So when you look at it, he's actually got 3 ways to chase the enemies. That makes him one of the most mobile gods in the game. Like Sarkis got 4 sort of gap closers, he's got 3. It's pretty strong. It may only be a speed boost now, but it still helps, and you can still potentially pull.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call that, and I'm going to add that to the list. There's a lot of good information in here. Again, it is slightly outdated. So go ahead and add this under the YouTube, under Glorious Smite. That'll be a pretty good guide to have in there. Again, I'm going to add slightly outdated to this. But, I mean, all the items that he showed in there, they're all fairly unchanged through the seasons. And there's still, he showed, you know, 3-4 different good, viable build options. So keep that in there. Okay, next, Fenrir Guide. This is from 2015, from Weekend. I'm going to go ahead and add in, see if there's just anything from Weekend that's a little more recent for Fenrir. Let's see, new Fenrir. It's from January. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. There's one from Incon, though. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, everybody. Which means when you start off the game.
So he's giving us a support Fenrir build. It looks like. So we'll go ahead and listen to him.
Getting all kinds of invites today. Give you a ton of damage. This plus Bluestone gives you 55 physical power. This means you're going to be doing a ton of damage until like the 18-minute mark where you'll start to drop off. But this will give you a ton of burst damage early, which is where you really can utilize the Fenrir support. For your first real defensive item, you have options. If you're kind of ahead and you're feeling good, go Hide of the Urchin. Hide of the Urchin is one of the most underrated items in the game. It's incredibly strong. Here's the problem. When you're going for Height of the Urchin and you get the tier 1, it doesn't give you anything. It's 45 each protection. You're reducing their attack speed. That's a great course to go down. Runeforged Hammer is a great item. A lot of defense. If you already have physical defense, it adds a bit to your damage. Gives against that. Don't do it. Tier 1. You're going to get this ability at level 1. It's your getaway, and it does a ton of damage. No reason not to get it. And it's great. If you're clearing like a jungle camp, that's when you would want to use it. It's really good for clear. Seething Howl. This is the skill that you rank up last. As Fenrir support, it doesn't mean that much to you. At the end of the game, it's very strong. So it's a physical and power and lifesteal buff. That's an active. It's not passively like a Bakasura. It's active. So you activate it and it does a buff. If you got full runes, that buff's increased by 50%. That means at the end, it's going to make you a big wolf. An ADC is Xbalanque by far. Hands down, no question. Why is that? Xbalanque is the only character that when he does his dash away, you actually stick to him. His dash does not cancel your brutalize. You can brutalize through it, which means he...
Again, so this one's another outdated one. I'm going to include it, but I'm actually going to put in items outdated because it is quite outdated, but you get a lot of information again just based on, you know, what he can and can't do. So it's worth keeping around. Lost Scarf made a one real quick. Let's see what he's got to say.
Welcome, friends. It is I. Open is just so useful, and you can bring it up pretty often once you're built up a little bit. Now, another thing you can do is once you're built up on full runes, you can use a stun with your leap and just put your enemy in a very bad situation, and just always being an annoyance to the enemy team. And then they can't kill you. Another brutalize is you can right-click to end it early if you're attacking someone. This is in case you're attacking.
So we'll go ahead and add Lost Scarfs in here real quick. He usually does pretty good basic stuff. So, Lost Scarf, add him in. I don't think there's really any... I don't think he ever really does any builds. But he does tell you some kind of builds that you want to go for. So, we'll go ahead and exit here, and we'll go back to looking real quick. And right now I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different links that I can use. And we're just going to go a couple pages deep here. And just kind of look. And as you see, I'm just clicking through and just kind of going, does this guy know what he's talking about? Alright. Not much else in here, so now that I've got Smite Guide, I'm going to go on to the next one. Fenrir Smite Tips and Tricks. Tips and Tricks. See what I can find. Hello. It's from 2016, so what does this guy have to say?
Your squad is the Flintstones, we are the Jetsons.
Here's back in Howls, that's just an animation, and he gives him a physical.
So that little bit right there is useless. He's just telling you what's in Smite. It's like, that's adorable. You can read that in game. Now this is usually the build section. You can almost always find these in all these videos, so you can just skip ahead.
Since combine the Deathbringer with the Hasten Fatalis, and you'll be 100% good. Now, plus 20% when you buy. Literally, Fenrir's ult allows me to check them up, so let me do it to tier real quick. How about that? By separating more people. So, once you bait people out, you're going to want to use this ability right here, your X ability. So you see how it highlights it every single time I use the ability? Like, it tells, like...
I'm actually just going to go ahead and get out of there because that's not Smite PC, so that'll confuse people. So I'm just going to skip forward. And again, I'm just looking, seeing what we got. Smite tips and tricks. So what's this all about? Haven't seen this
Hey, what's up guys, Double J here, and I'm bringing you another episode of tips and tricks for Smite to hopefully make you a better player. So let's get right into it. First tip I have for you guys is that by using Anhurst Pillow, you can actually stop enemies from backing. Ymir can also do the same effect with his wall.
Guess what? You can also do it with Freya's
Next tip I have for you guys is with Geb. By rolling out against a wall or an object, you can get and see enemies. That fog doesn't even have to tick to do damage to be able to see them. You can use or switch stances to get rid of Bellona's disarm, allowing you to keep fighting Bellona. The last tip I have for you guys is that by dashing through waves as Apollo, you can actually gain stacks on your passive. By dashing through waves as Apollo, you can actually gain stacks on your passive.
Huh.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If it
I learned something. That's getting added. So, I'll probably look into his stuff in a little bit. And this is going into a different queue as unrelated. I didn't know that about the Apollo ult, and I didn't know that you could do that with I didn't know you could cleanse disarms by switching stances. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to look in and see if those are actually useful or not. Back to dish dough. Alright, so we'll go ahead and double check this Fenrir guide. It looks
Hey
promising.
guys, Aggressing here. I'm coming at you with another smite 3 because it does more damage. The 1 is good. Your second relic. Now, so basically what you want to do is you want to just like 1 and then 2, 3. Get as much damage as you can off. So let's stack our passive again.
Nah, not really that useful. Alrighty, on to the next. So now we'll be going Fenrir's Advanced Guide. And we'll go into all, see if there's anything in here. Minus Smite Fire again. Here's a guide. What year is that from? 2016. What the hell? Puzzles and Dragons. Okay. Rotten thing. Have to add in Smite again. Having trouble playing as Fenrir. You never know, you might find a guide in here. But no, we didn't. Fafnir's Wonderland, Fenrir under Solo Lane. Go to the next page, see if there's anything. And go to videos. Let's see, this is from 2016.
Hey guys, Louis13 here. Some people like to go for this, just because
So this
2,036 kills, 125 wins.
Okay, he's cock bragging, I guess.
Almost in game. One thing Fenrir is good at is early game. Now, does that mean he has bad late game? A lot of people say he does. Does he? Not in my opinion, no. Not with this build, no. So let's look at a normal hit, no buffs, no nothing. 224. Is that good? It's alright. Now, see the runes at the bottom there, next to the health bar? You get 5 runes, you activate an ability, it's basically that ability on steroids. So, watch. This is Leap on steroids. Stuns him. Let's start off with normal Howl. Like, yeah, let's wait for the buff to go away. It's really basically the same thing, except you're just what is it? I usually do joust, so usually it's just damage or mana. You grab someone, you take them somewhere. I'm wondering if I should put some background music. Nah.
So, don't like him. I didn't really catch anything, and he was kind of boring to watch. Let's see, that's from 2015. So, you see this right here? Ultimate Fenrir Guide. 45 seconds long. Yeah, don't even bother clicking it. It's clickbait. Nothing useful in there. You also want to avoid things that, you know, Ultimate Fenrir Guide, Solo Hercules Guide, probably nothing useful. Usually the better guides are actually, actually makes sense. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and switch this out to a basic guide. So, already got the short beginner guide there. Kind of looking, seeing what we got. Okay. I don't think there's anything in there, so we'll go to Fenrir How to Play. See if there's anything. Here's How to Fenrir. Let's see what he has to say.
How to play Fenrir. Step 1, push 1. Step 2, push 3.
Retarded. That's from 2016, How to Play Fenrir. Probably a troll. Okay. So we'll go to Coach. See if there's anything in here. Smite Coaching Fenrir Jungle from 2015. And this is from BM.
You're going to be doing...
I gotta say, I hate this guy. He's such a dick. But on the other note, it's like the man actually can coach pretty well, so worth looking into his stuff.
a replay analysis for Quarter Color. He has asked for coaching. We will grant him this. Now, Quarter Color will be playing Fenrir in the jungle. Attacks you just spent into the little one, you've wasted golden experience because now your overall damage is going to be lessened because you're not using your AoE abilities as AoE. You're using them as single target because you're only attacking one person. So you lost, let's see, plus 80%, so you're sitting at 20 damage right now. Right, so you're at 16 plus your 95. So you wasted, unmitigated, a little over 115 damage. So that kind of sucks. You wasted about 2 auto attacks to each one. So 4 auto attacks total, which means you wasted 4 seconds given your attack speed. This has been a little bit better. Again, don't hit the backwinds. The backwinds will die to things like power cleave. Also, something that's very important is that you stun them as he was pulling them out, which delays you even longer. You guys should have bodied them on the way. Granted, Tyr was late, but even so, you should have been quicker. She forgot to pick up her speed buff, it seems, so you'll get these for free. Remember, you want to try to whittle them down as evenly as possible to make sure your AoE damage is good. Oh, are you going to go for this? Have brutalized. Go for the Kukulkan. Nice. Okay, so right there, you get the kill. But
that was beautiful, actually.
We're going to run this back real quick. Okay, that was too far.
He held it he held it just right. He was looking for the mid lane and he got a double stun off. That was nice.
So the important thing here is that the post-hit time on Brutalize is extremely short. It's like 0.1 seconds, maybe 0.3. So you should have gotten another auto attack off here. So watch this. Stun, auto attack, Brutalized. You backed off for no reason. So you missed about 100 damage there. You did get it, and you likely would have gotten it either way, but never make it a habit to put yourself in a situation where you're going to be doing less damage.
And I'm just going to add this in because this is all really good information, actually. So, yeah, I mean, it is going to be slightly outdated, and the builds are probably going to be outdated, but it is really good information for people who want to, listen and learn how to play Fenrir. And he also does a Janus mid, which we'll probably add later. Let's see. This is another coaching.
Hi! It's a very good blessing to be on the stream today, and I love you all.
Yeah. Alright.
And that's, yeah. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go next. Now we're going to go ahead and look Fenrir, know your enemy. Because you never know, there might be one here. There's Mercury and Agni, who is Fenrir. Nope, not here. And Fenrir, how to beat. Smite. Let's see. Tips for playing against Fenrir. Let's see what's in here. Go to more comments. Okay. Yeah. I'll add this in. Surprisingly, Smite Fire has some good tips. You don't usually, or not Smite Fire, freaking Reddit has some good tips for once. Just little tips and tricks. Counter Fenrir in 1v1. Let's see what they have to say here. Add this in too real quick. Let's see. It's like these little tips and tricks about beating him is pretty useful. And even though it might not make it into the Athena guide, we can use it to make another guide later if we need to. So it's worth adding these in. Alright, now we know that Fenrir can be tank, so we'll do Fenrir tank guide and see if we can find anything. We'll also add in support. And we will get rid of Smite Fire because we've already looked at all the relevant ones. Okay, we'll go into here. Not really seeing anything. Alrighty, so I've gotten quite a few of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and add these in. And that's really all there is to it. Took me 30 minutes to gather all of these real quick. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 sources that we can use. And y'all will see this soon enough.